23-20 with 2 minutes to go. And a 3rd and 4 just short of the 45 in Tennessee territory.
Hunter Henry's been Rivers' favorite choice.
Out of the gun. In stride, he hits Mike Williams, a spin move and a first down. Spilled out at the 35-yard line. That's good for 10 yards, and now they're in field goal range.
Well, big body of Williams on the shallow cross, bounces off of 2 defenders. River lets him get open and then delivers again.
Quiets the crowd for a moment. Rivers closing in on 300 yards. We're down to 1:25 to play in the 4th. Rivers uncorks and hits his man. Austin Ekeler battling for extra yards inside the 20.
Ekeler came into the game with the most catches for a running back. He's playing wide receiver most of this 4th quarter, and he's delivering. The pass rush for the Titans has disappeared.
Under a minute to go. Rivers. End zone. Broken up. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, in a matchup with Logan Ryan.
We've seen Allen with the great footwork throughout the first half. This time Logan is right there with tremendous coverage and no interference whatsoever.
2nd and 10 for LA. 44 seconds to play. Ekeler remains in there. Rivers underneath. Ekeler the catch. Ekeler takes it in for the touchdown. What an effort, Austin Ekeler. And the Chargers take the lead with 37 seconds to go.
Now Thomas Davis called him the smartest quarterback in the NFL, and he proves it once again, finding the mismatch and wide open through the middle. Is he down before the ball crosses, though? It appeared that his backside hits before the ball breaks the plane right there. This may be short, but it's just going to be inches away if they so rule.
The previous play is under review.
All scoring plays reviewed, so they'll take a look. Ekeler propelled himself after the catch, and look at how many defenders are there. Chargers raise their arms in celebration of the touchdown.
I think it's a good one.
So he takes a shot there. That's where his backside hits, and where is the ball at that point? Gene Steratore, our rules analyst, is watching all of these replays as we roll them here. Gene, what are you seeing?
I'm looking for the same angle that I believe everyone else is, and that's to try to find where that football is when his backside hits the ground. One thing to keep in mind, if he is ruled short, the clock is stopped right now because of a ruling of touchdown. If they find out after review he is short, it would be a running clock, and a 10-second runoff would occur, so we would be down to 27 seconds instead of 37 if they find him short. By this angle, it appears to me with his body bent that way that football may not have broken the plane. Let's continue to wait and see if we find something more definitive, though.
And the Chargers have no timeouts, Gene. So this call will reverberate.
Now that is a crazy rule, though, that the 10-second runoff on an official challenge on a touchdown, all scoring plays are reviewed. Not a challenge, just a review.
After the play, the runner is short of the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal at the half-yard line.
They got to get in the huddle.
Tennessee has elected to take a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff.
Well, how could they take a timeout?
They have none.
Bill Vinovich has announced that they've taken a timeout.
That would be a penalty then.
Oh, Tennessee has used the timeout. They might be more interested in having more time on the clock. And they've actually added 2 seconds, so Tennessee has decided to use a timeout so that there's a little more time in case LA goes in for the touchdown. Makes more sense. 39 seconds left. Rivers and the Chargers down by 3. Eckler came up just short of a touchdown. Eckler in motion. Handoff. Gordon. Flag down.
Illegal procedure.
False start.
Looked like Feeney moved.
Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yeah, this has now made life a bit more difficult for LA.
That little jump there before the ball is snapped will cost the Chargers dearly, maybe.
So they back it up just short of the 5-yard line.
Now this is a good mismatch here. We talked about the 10 touchdown catches Williams had last season. He's got single coverage with Malcolm Butler.
Rivers up in the air, through the hands of Williams, incomplete, and a flag down. In the end zone, Malcolm Butler.
Who are they calling it on, though?
.34 seconds left here in the fourth.
Pass interference. Defense number 21. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball we placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Yep, that grab there, that's a good call. He kept Williams from elevating by grabbing the front of the jersey. Look, Williams can only get about a foot off the ground, and he is 6'4".
Decision time here for Ken Whisenhunt. Do you dare run the football because the clock will roll if you don't make it and you have no timeouts? 34 seconds left. The ball is placed at the 1.
Here's Hunter Henry, another good choice. He had 2 fourth-quarter scores last week in the late rally by the Chargers against the Steelers.
Shotgun. Handoff. Gordon tried to get low. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon powers in. The Chargers go in front.
He didn't get in by much, though.
As we know, it'll be reviewed.
Oh, he's short. He didn't have possession of the ball.
So the safe call there, if you're an official, is call a touchdown and it triggers a review.
Previous play is under review.
That's an excellent point, Ian. He appears to be down before the ball comes out right there. He's short, and now he's reaching for the goal line. That's when he lost possession, then regained it after the ball hit the ground.
Gene Steratore is with us in New York. Gene?
I have him short again, guys. And remember, we were going to go to Tennessee again, I would assume, and ask if he wants to keep this clock status where it is if they rule him short.
So we've now seen multiple replays, and it appears from my vantage point, Dan and Gene's, that he is short of the goal line. Play is once again under review.
I think we have one other unusual situation here, if I may. If he has fumbled this football or it's come loose prior to his knee touching, now inside of 2 minutes, the only person that can recover his fumble is the runner or the person with the ball. So if he fumbles this or loses possession prior to being down there, It doesn't appear that he has, but the ball does come loose quickly, and now he regains his own fumble. That ball would come back to the spot of the fumble, and then we would replay that down if it wasn't breaking the plane. We can't recover a fumble in advance of. So there are a couple other elements here that they may be looking at right now in New
After
York.
reviewing the play, the runner was short of the goal line. Please reset the game clock to 32 seconds.
So they reset it.
The reversal calls for a 10-second runoff. Please set the game clock at 22 seconds, and we'll wind both on my whistle.
So there's the 10-second runoff that Gene talked about earlier, and it will affect Los Angeles here.
It is second down, so they have a couple of shots at this. Now, where are they going to put the ball?
They're going to place it inside the 1.
Is that 4 inches or so?
Yep.
How about a quarterback sneak from Rivers? The clock is yet to start.
22 seconds left. Chargers down by 3. Rivers on again. Gordon. Did he get in?
This official says no.
Oh, the clock is rolling. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Titans have the football. Is that a fumble for Gordon? Mike Vrabel is trying to get his guys out of there. Melvin Gordon.
He is short again.
And he didn't have the ball for a moment.
And Casey ripped it away from him.
And that's where Casey came up with it. The ball was bouncing around. The play had stopped. There's a lot to unpeel here. Is Gordon ruled down?
Well, the official ruled him down. Did not signal touchdown.
But the clock stopped, allowing them to run one more play. Gene Steratore is watching all of this unfold.
What we've got to look at right now, guys, is whether the head linesman that comes in, Phil McKinley, has ruled him down and stopped. We can obviously see from the angle we're looking at now, this ball is definitely out. So we do have a fumble. And we would also have an immediate action recovery. So even if they did rule him down very quickly or inadvertently, they're going to review. But as I was saying, even if they did rule him down, remember, we have also the caveat in that situation where if we ruled him down in the immediate continuing action, we realized there was a fumble with a recovery. Then we can award that fumble if it's recovered by the opponent to the other team in that case. Now, we have to see a clear recovery and replay as well. So there are an awful lot of elements that New York is going to be looking at right now.
Well, Gene, a couple of questions here, because Jurrell Casey came away with the football. If indeed they decide that Casey has it, it's all a moot point. If they don't decide that it was a fumble recovered by Tennessee, are they in a 10-second runoff situation now where this game would be over? There's only 7 seconds on the clock.
No, they wouldn't be on because they did not rule touchdowns. The field was, because if the ruling on the field, as our graphic says, is down by contact, then I'm not sure why that clock stopped when it did and didn't just continue to run until New York initiated a review for that. So those are the other couple elements that we're trying to figure out here as we watch along with everyone else.
Yeah, the Chargers never got up to get lined up. Everybody was looking around and trying to get an answer as to what the call was. The Titans were celebrating because Casey came away with the football. In their eyes, the game was over.
Question I have.
If in fact they have ruled him down by contact, Dan and Ian, then that also means that they've ruled him down by contact with possession of the football. So now we go to the next part of a review in this, and that is not only do we have to see a clear recovery or a fumble, we have to see a clear recovery in replay, not a player coming out of a pile with the football. We have to see that actual recovery in replay.
So let's go through this once again as Bill Vinovich is taking off the headset. That was in real time. And here's Vinovich.
After reviewing the play, the runner lost the ball prior to crossing the goal line. It was a clear recovery by the defense. It's a touchback. Please reset the game clock to 15 seconds.
What a bizarre ending this has been in Nashville.
At first, it looked like Eckler had scored a touchdown. He's 4 or 5 inches short. Gordon with 2 tries. What I want to know on that last attempt by Gordon, why he decided to go low and not use his leaping ability to get that couple of inches for the end zone. But another turnover by the Chargers in the red zone. That's 3 fumbles this year inside the 5-yard line. Great penetration that time by Woodyard as he gets his hand on the right arm of Gordon. It causes the fumble.